Hello, I'm Daniel,
And I'm Sonya.
and we are here to talk about marriage. We have been married for over 34 years. We got married when we were really young, like 18. And we were just going to give a few tips on how that we have been happily married for all these years. And what do you think about it?
Well, we have been married for a lot of years, and we were trying to love each other the way that we feel loved. And to explain that is like, you probably love the people in your life with the kind of love that you feel like is love, like how you feel loved when somebody does for you. We came across this book about probably 10 years ago. We'd probably already been married 24 years, I guess, about that long. Anyway, it's called The 5 Love Languages, and it's written by Gary Chapman. And there are 5.
There's 5 love languages. Okay, let's see which one of these 5 love languages that are yours. The first one is
Gifts of service,
Gifts
where you
of service.
do something for one another.
that's like if your wife maybe brings you a nice cold glass of lemonade while you're cutting grass. Well, there's a very good chance that that's her love language. Are you giving her love language back? Are you giving her things? That's the way you recognize what love language a person has. All right, we're gonna go through this fast because we don't have a lot of time. All right, what's the second love language?
Well, the second one that I would say is quality time.
Quality time.
That is actually my number 1. I like having quality time. If he actually sets his phone aside for a few minutes and gives me his undivided attention, and we actually communicate and talk with each other or spend quality time, that makes me feel loved. But that's not his love language. So the next one we'll talk about is affirmation.
Affirmation.
That is his probably number 1 love language. He needs to be affirmed.
That's right. And a lot of times you can tell on like Facebook if that's someone's love language, because what they're always doing is they might put a picture of themselves up there and say, I don't look good in this picture. Well, what they're needing is affirmation. They're needing somebody to say, you look good.
Great.
You look good. You can kind of tell that. That may be yours. All right, what's the other one?
Well, it's not just in your looks, though. As far as for Daniel, I actually do brag on him constantly.
All the time, all the time.
Because his abilities, he can do so many things with his hands because of his ingenuity, because he is a great inventor, and there are just so many things, and obviously total package.
No.
So I don't have any trouble at all bragging on him from pretty much morning till night.
No, she always has done that. It's always made me feel good, even though I didn't realize that maybe I even need that. Maybe I do. Maybe I just need somebody to say, hey, that's a good job. You did good on that. That might be your love language. All right, so we're up to what, number 4?
Yes, I think we said 3 so
okay.
far.
So what's 4?
Number 4 is actually gifts, not of service, but actual things that
Like
you give, like jewelry
presents.
or chocolates or flowers, or for a man, whatever it is that he is wanting.
That's right. And that's one of Sonya's love languages, and that's where I slack so much. I know her birthday's coming up. It's been
He knows it for almost 365 days.
every year, and I still slack on it. I still slack. And I know that's her love language. And it's not about the price of the gift or anything like that. It could be just the smallest thing. And why don't I do it? Why? Because I love to make her feel good. Make her feel happy.
Well, that's not one of my most important love languages. And my second most important is the gifts of service, actually. Because if he grabs the vacuum cleaner and vacuums the living room for me, because he knows it actually kind of kills my back, he's doing that to save my back and save me from hurting, and also to make it look nice, which makes me feel better. To me, that shows that he loves me. So he does a lot more vacuuming and mopping than I do.
Yeah, and kind of an ongoing sort of joke. If I'm washing dishes, Sonya comes in and says, ooh, that's sexy.
That is sexy.
And the boys, our boys, Jonathan and Joshua, they're like, what are you saying, Dad or Mom? What are you doing? And what it is, they don't realize why. And That's why.
It's actually so funny because when Joshua was like 11, he'd say, "Dad, you realize she's just manipulating you?"
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, "Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
That's
I do."
right. And then which comes to the fifth is the gift of touch.
The love language of touch, which is his number 2, his second.
Yeah.
Affirmation and touch are his 2 most needful love languages.
So when I give her the gift of service, then I get back the love language of touch. See, kind of goes around both ways. She might rub my back, which I love so much every night.
Yes, every single night.
And,
I rub his
I look
back,
forward to that.
and it's good because he likes that, and I like to rub his back, so it works out.
But
Your love language could be.
what?
Did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay. Your love language could be receiving gifts makes you feel loved. That's not one of my most important, because like I said, quality time is my most important, and then gifts of service is my second. So, I too enjoy being touched, but it's just not one of my top ones.
You love this?
Ooh, I do. Okay, guilty.
Oh yeah.
But if your love language is like being given gifts makes you feel loved, oftentimes you give gifts to other people
Yeah.
in your life, your children, your significant other, your parents, your loved ones, because you think that makes them feel loved because it makes you feel loved.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does make them feel loved. And sometimes they're like, "Oh, thanks." And you're like, "Wait a minute. I went out of my way to buy this gift for you, and you know, I thought about it, put thought and time and effort into it." Or maybe even you handmade it, which is like even more important because you put your time into it as well as your love. So, but you kind of got to figure out the people in your life, every relationship, not just a
Yeah,
spouse.
it could be with your friend, your best friend, people you work with, everybody. So, what else?
Well, I mean, it'll just help you in every relationship if you can figure out, or even just talk with the person and figure out what actually good catch, good save. He has great reflexes too.
Hey.
You have great
Thanks,
reflexes,
honey.
Daniel.
Thanks, honey.
Anyway,
See how she did that?
you have to figure out how they feel loved, not how you feel loved and then you love them that way. You
Yeah.
find out how they feel loved because, like I said, for me, quality time, I mean, if he just sets aside some time and we lay out in the sun together for an hour and a half and he talks to me and gives me that time, wow, I'm just happy.
So that's got a lot to do with why our 34 years of marriage has been so great. So let's recap real quick. Let's see what it is. Okay, number 1.
Well, I may get them out of order because I don't remember exactly the order
Okay.
I said them in, but affirmation,
Affirmation,
gifts of touch,
ooh,
quality time,
quality time,
gifts of service,
gifts of service,
and actual gift giving, where you
Presents,
actually give
gifts.
presents.
Okay.
So those are the 5 that we read about in that book. It's helped a lot in the last decade, I would say.
Yeah, and don't forget you can go buy that book online or find
Yes,
it. Love
Gary
Languages.
Chapman, The 5 Love Languages. It'll help you. And I'm not going to just promote books in our new marriage vlog. We're not really big, huge readers, to be honest with you, but this book has helped us.
It has.
And I think it would help you.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, signing off for now. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Sonya.
Have a great and wonderful
Wonderful day.
day.